It sounds silly at this point, with the Golden State Warriors on the cusp of a third straight trip to the NBA Finals, to suggest that they faced challenges at the start of the season. Does possessing too much talent count as a challenge? But there was a chance, however slim, that this whole grand enterprise could have blown up. That the team's vast assemblage of stars would have trouble sharing one basketball. That Kevin Durant would rub the team's holdovers the wrong way. Or that a new batch of reserves would refuse to make the necessary sacrifices. Ron Adams, an assistant coach, referred to the unique, human dynamics at work, and described the season as a fascinating experiment in team chemistry. In so many ways, it could have soured. Instead, the Warriors are sailing through the playoffs with the help of 7 players and an associate head coach who were not employed by the team at this time last season. Yes, it obviously helps when one of those new players is Durant, an all-world scoring cyborg. But the Warriors are a different team than they were a year ago. They have only made the transition look seamless. "This is such a selfless group," said forward Matt Barnes, who signed with the Warriors in March. "When you've got superstars sacrificing and diving on the floor and doing whatever it takes to win, it's easy for a role player to fit right in." The San Antonio Spurs can sense the set end coming. At full strength, they probably could have pushed the Warriors in the Western Conference Finals or at least made more of these games competitive. But the Spurs have been gutted by injuries and are in danger of being swept after their 120-108 loss in Game 3 on Saturday night. Tony Parker, the starting point guard, ruptured his left quadriceps tendon in the conference semifinals. Kawhi Leonard, a finalist for the N.B.A's Most Valuable Player award, has missed the last 2 games with a sprained left ankle. And David Lee, a key reserve, left for the locker room in a wheelchair after injuring his left knee in Game 3. Manu Ginobili, making his 15th straight postseason appearance for San Antonio, did the math for Game 4, set for Monday night at AT&T Center. "For us to win," he said, "we have to play at a 10 level, and they have to play at a 7. If the playoffs have been a well-advertised bore and this series has not helped, there is at least the overwhelming likelihood of a rematch between Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers in the NBA Finals. After losing to the Cavaliers last season, the Warriors reshaped themselves by adding Durant and by overhauling their collection of role players. Everyone adapted.
"I think you just kind of learn," said James Michael Mikado, a reserve forward in his 3rd season with the team. "Everyone here wants to be successful. Everyone here wants to win championships. So everyone understands that there have to be sacrifices."
That word sacrifice is used often by the players, which might seem counterintuitive. After all, no team scored more than the Warriors did during the regular season. There are plenty of shots to go around. But that is the point. They have turned sharing is caring into high art. The ball seldom sticks. It zips from one set of hands to the next, and the starters set the tone. "They're the most unselfish people I've played with in my life," JaVale McGee said. "They're always looking. If you're wide open, they'll pass it. They don't force shots." McGee was one of the relative newcomers who made an impact in Game 3. Starting in place of the injured Zaza Pachulia, McGee scored all 16 of his points in the first half. David West, another newcomer, had 6 points and 5 assists off the bench. In some ways, McGee and West could not be more different. Earlier this season, McGee had blankets made that featured the dozing face of Draymond Green and distributed them to his teammates. West, on the other hand, is known for his intensity, the type of player who will scream, "You guys need to relax," in the huddle without quite grasping the irony.
But the Warriors make it all work, blending their personalities and skill sets for the greater good. "Everybody has a voice," said Mike Brown, who joined the Warriors as their associate head coach last summer.
Brown has taken on more responsibility in recent weeks. When Coach Steve Kerr stepped away from his day-to-day duties in the first round to address continuing medical issues, Brown became acting coach on the bench. He has since guided the team to 9 straight wins. He, too, has altered parts of his approach to match the system already in place.
"The one thing that was extremely unique and kind of hard to understand right away is how loose it is here," said Brown, recalling his early days with the organization. "It's extremely loose but in a good way, and it fits this group of players. The more loose your organization is or your team is, the more ownership you're giving your group.
The Warriors, who blast music at their workouts and warm up by launching half-court heaves, are a democracy. The players hold one another accountable. They practice the best form of peer pressure. At the same time, Adams could not overstate the outsized role that Durant, one of the new guys, had played in ensuring that the team went about its usual business. For a player of his stature, it's remarkable to me, Adams said. He just wanted to fit in.